Welcome to At Your Service. My name is David Hawksworth. I'm your host, and we're out here at the Berkeley Family Recreational Area, but we're not here to play games. We're here with Tilden Crable, who's one of the street foremen at the city of Salina. Tilden, good to see you again.
Likewise.
What's going on out here?
Right now we're doing a snow course training, getting the guys familiar with the operations of the dump trucks. We did throw a little bit of weight in the back of the truck so they get familiar with the weight that they'll have with a loaded truck of salt. But yeah, just kind of get them a general idea or concept of how the truck operates.
Okay. You got a lot of new guys this year, right?
We do have a few. Total, I think we got about 3 or 4 new guys, and then we'll also have different help from other departments due to our short staffing. This gives them also an opportunity to come out and get familiar with the trucks as well.
Okay. So I see a course laid out.
Yes.
What exactly do they do here?
So on the course, they'll go through, we set up cones, simulate just different objects that would be in the roadways, learning and giving them a chance to judge the edges of their plows, and just how to maneuver and manipulate the plow in tighter areas so that they don't end up causing any damage to mailboxes, vehicles, and that kind of thing.
I've seen a couple of guys drive here. They're really pretty skilled at what they do.
Yes, we have quite a few veteran drivers. Some guys, I think our oldest one has been with the city for 31 years, so he's got a lot of experience. And then even a general concept, a lot of them are going to have about 3 or 4 years underneath their belt. So.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate what you guys are doing, because you're the guys who are up all night in the middle of a snowstorm and
yes.
Making sure that the roads are clear enough so people like me can get to work in the morning.
That's the idea anyways.
All right. Well, is there any kind of classroom instruction that goes along with this?
Not familiar. Not too much as far as on the literature that we need to go over with the guys. For our normal street department guys, they're already pretty well familiar with the general idea of what we got to do. And each snowstorm, there will be a certain kind of from our higher ups as far as their discretion of what they want to run. As far as we have a general guidelines, but even after last year, we had to modify it a little bit and getting closer to the snowstorm. They'll probably reevaluate it and go from there.
Okay.
But as far as everything else, it's mostly just hands-on for what these guys have to do.
Right. Now you have guys on the day shift and guys on the night shift too, right?
Yep. General ideas for a snow, we'd have 14 on both. They'll run 12-hour shifts. 8 to 8 is normal, but it kind of also depends on how the snowstorm actually develops, depending on their time frame. But normal, if they're having to plow, they'll have 14. If it's just salting, then we'll just have 12 guys each section.
Okay. You have routes laid out as far as...
We do. The city's broke into 6 sections. There's kind of the north end, the south end, east and west, and some of that stuff in between. And depending on the areas of what vehicles and stuff like that operate in each one of those sections.
Okay. And I know you have like an order in which you plow the streets, like, the main streets first,
yes.
Obviously, and then
yes.
How does it go after that?
So we'll go into what we call mains or arterials are going to be your main ones: Ninth Street, Crawford, Magnolia, Ohio. Those are the first ones. We run those in 4-man teams. Ideally, when we have proper staffing, we'll run those in 4-man teams, and they'll make basically one kind of trip down and then turn around and hit the other direction. A little bit of a rhyme to the reason of how they go about doing the sections of what works best. In conjunction, there's usually like four guys going down Ohio, and then they'll swing over and hit Schilling as another crew's working down 9th Street, and so they do well to try to hit the mains first.
Right.
And then after that, they're going to move into what we call the collectors, which is going to be Cloud and all those other more major streets, but not quite as your primary routes. Once we have pretty well established a clear route on those, then we'll move into residentials. A big thing with those is not only allowing the citizens, but also fire and police to be able to make sure that they can continue operations in need of emergency.
Okay. Okay. Now, is there a minimum depth that the snow has to be before the plows go out?
Last year, I believe they set it at, well, they did set it at 1.5 inches last year. It was 2 years at the beginning. Due to some of the snowstorms that came up, they lowered it down to 1.5 inches. This year, as far as we know right now, it'll still stay at 1.5 inches, I believe.
Okay.
But that'll be at a higher discretion than myself to be able to make that call.
Right. Okay. Well, let's show our appreciation to these guys for being out in the middle of the night, making sure the streets are safe. You guys do a great job, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I know these guys do as well. They don't always enjoy the 2 o'clock in the morning phone calls to come in and have to clear snow, but ultimately know that it's their job and that we have to all work together to be able to get it done.
Right,
so.
right. Now, if you want to know more about all of this kind of stuff, there is a snow and ice control plan that is available on the city's website. I'll put a link down here at the bottom of the screen, so you'll be able to more easily find it on the website. But that lays out everything that happens in case of a snowstorm, right?
I believe so, yes. But yeah, it should be on the city's website as far as be able to have access of kind of what our general guidelines are for the snowstorms.
Okay, all right. Well, Tilden, I really appreciate your time today.
Absolutely.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on At Your Service.